Hi, I'm Alexa Kim and welcome to a full Pilates 20-minute session. First of all, let's get our feet in parallel, softness in the knees, balance in the hips and pelvis, shoulders back and down and chin parallel to the ground. Let's start by warming up the body. Hands to ribs, we're going to inhale deeply into those ribs, letting them part like a pair of curtains, and exhaling deeply through the nose, allowing the ribs to fall back into place. Inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling. And lastly, inhaling deeply into those ribs and exhaling to relax. Arms down by the side, let's come into some backward shoulder rolls. Really work big backwards rolls. Shoulders all the way up to the ears, all the way back, all the way down. Breathing deeply as we work. Now let's work the opposite way, bringing those shoulders up and forwards. While we're working the back and the upper body, let's bring the back of the arms together. Now lifting up through the legs, squeezing the glutes. We're going to stretch our back backwards, opening the chest. Back of the hands and the arms together, fold the chin into the chest, then reaching up through the lower body and stretching back. Be mindful not to push the hips forward in the second part of this movement, but feel a really nice stretch into that lower back. Now let's work the sides of the body, bending over to one side, keeping the shoulders nice and open, feeling the stretch down the whole side of the body, working from side to side, breathing deeply. And now let's take our attention to the lower part of the body. Going to raise up and down onto our toes, spreading all 5 toes out onto the mat, working through those ankles. And then when you're ready, come into a bit of a balance. So up and over from one side to the other, holding those heels nice and high as we're at the top of that movement. Now let's come to our Pilates roll down. Check that you're in your parallel, feet, hips, shoulders and chin. We're going to fold the chin and the shoulders in. Let the weight of the body carry the top of your body down towards the mat. Find that stretch there, the back of the legs and into the lower back. We're then going to bend and straighten the knees 3 times to allow a greater stretch into the back of the body. Now we're going to bend the knees, we're going to tuck the tailbone over and we're going to roll back up through the spine as we did as we came down. Lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulders back and down, chin parallel to the ground. Off we go again. Really enjoy and feel the roll down as we segment through the vertebra of the spine, allowing the body to fold forward. Here we are warming up the whole of the back of the body, ready for work. Tucking that tailbone under, rolling up through the back, segment by segment. Shoulders back and down, chin parallel to the ground. We're now going to walk ourselves out into downward dog, pushing back, hips up to the ceiling. Strengthen the shoulders as we pull our body backwards. Taking a hold here, we're now going to bend the knees alternately to take a deeper, greater stretch into the calf muscles. And then take a hold, really pressing those hip bones up to the ceiling, strengthen the shoulders. We're now going to bring the weight of our body forwards into a Pilates plank, keeping those hips high, back straight, flat shoulders. And we're going to work between those two postures in your own time, stretching back into downward dog, and then slowly bringing the weight of your body forward into a Pilates plank, keeping that neck straight, pushing back with strength in the shoulders, lifting those hips high, and bringing the weight of the body forwards, engaging the core, alternating in your own time, in your own speed, between those two postures. Lower yourself to your knees, open your legs, and stretch back into child's pose. Take some deep breaths here. So now let's get into the main body of our work. Sitting upright with legs crossed or legs in front of you. We're going to pop our hands together under our chin, keeping our elbows tucked in. We're going to do a seated spinal twist. So twisting from the thoracic region of your spine. We're taking the body as far as it will go, just with the movement of the spine, letting the head follow. Taking that from side to side. Keeping shoulders back and down. A small but mighty movement aimed at mobility of the mid-back. Breathe deeply. Enjoy this releasing movement. Now let's get to work on those abs. So we're going to lay flat on the mat, feet on the ground, shoulders and head relaxed. We're keeping our pelvis in a neutral position and our ribs are going to be anchored down towards our hips. When we're ready, we're going to breathe in to prepare, and we're going to bring our first leg to tabletop, 90-degree angle from the hip and the knee. Followed by the second leg, bringing the first leg fully down to the mat with control, followed by the second leg. And we're going to repeat this, working alternate sides. Breathing deeply while we work. We're going to call this movement number 1, number 2, 3, and 4. The emphasis on this needs to be on movement number 2 and movement number 3. These are going to feel like the hardest of the 4 movements. This is where we need to keep our core nice and tight to keep our back stable while we perform these movements. Work at your own pace. Make sure you're breathing deeply, alternating side to side. From here, reposition yourself, make sure you're comfortable, take a moment. We're now going to work into tabletop, and from here we're going to do some individual toe taps. So moving the leg at the hip, we're bringing the leg down and up in a fairly quick movement. Make sure your pressure on the mat as your toes come down is very, very fine. Make sure you're breathing deeply and tightening that core to stabilise the spine. Bring your legs down with control. Hug them into your chest. Release those abdominal muscles before the next exercise. So bringing the feet back to the mat, making sure that we're well positioned. We're going to bring one leg up to tabletop again, followed by the second leg. We are now going to take our hands, we're going to clasp them behind our head. We're going to keep our elbows wide. From here, we are going to lift and lower. Rather than tilting in the pelvis with a traditional crunch, we are lifting our body and our chest up to the ceiling. Lifting and lowering, breathing deeply, engaging the core and relaxing. We're going to take 10 repetitions here. And relax. Bring those knees into your chest and take a few deep breaths. So we're now going to work on the glutes. Again, feet flat on the mat. We're going to come into our shoulder bridge. So I'm tilting my pelvis, peeling my spine vertebra by vertebra off the mat, squeezing the glutes at the top, and then rolling back down through the spine, keeping the pelvis tucked until the final movement. So tilting the pelvis, peeling the vertebra off the mat, squeezing those glutes at the top, taking a hold and then rolling back down with control. Keep your shoulders, your arms and your head relaxed. Really focus on keeping that pelvis tilted. Ribs anchored down to hips, squeezing those glutes at the top. Make sure each repetition the hips get as high as they did on the first one. We're now going to stay at the top and do 10 quick pulses, raising the hips up and down around 2 inches from their top spot, then rolling back down with control. Taking a breath to prepare, we're going to roll back up through the spine to your top position, pulsing for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, hold and rolling back down with control. And final time. Peeling that spine off the mat, getting those hips nice and high. We're going to pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold at the top and then down with control. Stretching your legs long and your arms above your head, take a hold here and breathe to relax. We're now going to position ourselves onto all fours to work the glutes from a slightly different position. Wrists need to be under shoulders. We want to keep our back nice and strong and straight. Avoid a deep lumbar curve. From here we are going to lift and lower the leg in a bent position. Foot needs to be flexed as if we're holding up the ceiling with the base of our foot. My core is tight to avoid a deep lumbar curve. And I'm pulsing with my leg up and down, working into that main glute muscle, the gluteus maximus. We're going to do 10 repetitions on each side. Foot is flexed, working up and down, contracting and relaxing into those glute muscles. Strengthen the core, supporting the spine. Strengthen the shoulders, supporting the upper body. Last one here. Take yourself back into child's pose and relax. Now let's do some work into the sides of the legs. So bringing yourself onto the side of your body, arms stretched out long, head resting on your arm, looking straight ahead, front arm supporting. Making sure that our heels, hips and shoulders are in line. We're going to flex the top foot and we're going to raise and lower with control that leg up and down. Keeping those hips stacked on top of each other, core engaged, moving the leg with control. 16 reps here. We're now going to lift the leg in the top position and we're going to point and flex the toes. Holding the leg in this position, sweet spot is going to be on the upper outer thigh. We're going to do 10 repetitions of a point and flex. Breathe deeply, you're going to feel this. Lowering the leg down with control, bring that knee in. Thank your leg for the hard work it has just performed. Now let's make our way onto the other side to repeat those movements on the other leg. Make sure you're setting yourself up correctly. Remember heels, hips and shoulders in line, the front hands supporting posture, hips are stacked on top of each other, flexing that top foot. 16 repetitions. Two more here. We're now going to bring that leg up into its top position and we're going to point and flex the foot 10 times. Breathing deeply, keeping those hips stacked, feeling that sweet spot in the outer thigh. Pointing and flexing. Lowering the leg down with control, bringing that knee in, thanking the leg for the hard work. Okay, let's bring ourselves back onto our back for the Pilates 100. Making sure that our hips are in a neutral position, that our ribs are anchored down towards our hips and our knees are tracking from our hips. Going to bring one leg up to tabletop, followed by the second leg. We're now going to lift our head, shoulders and arms off the mat and we are going to pump for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower the arms, the shoulders and the head down. Legs down with control. Take a moment here, we're going to repeat that 100 again. Remember, you can keep your feet on the ground or you can also take your feet and legs together and have them at a 45-degree angle if you want to advance this movement. As you pump, make sure these pumps are fast and sturdy. We don't want looseness in the wrists or the shoulders. We want firm pumps of the arms, working that tricep muscle at the back of the arms as well as the abdominals. Breathing in for 5 and out for 5. Bringing the arms, the shoulders and the head down, legs down with control. Take those knees into the chest, relax those abdominal muscles. Now let's draw our attention to the muscles of the back. For this, we're going to lay on our front, forehead to the mat, and arms at a 90-degree angle, shoulders, elbows and wrists. From here we're going to keep the glutes and the legs relaxed, and we're going to lift the upper body up with control, keeping the neck long, lowering and raising the head and the arms together. Sweet spot should be in the mid-thoracic vertebra, between the shoulder blades, lifting and lowering. Aim to keep those glutes and legs relaxed so that all of the work stays in those back muscles, lifting and lowering with control. We're going to perform 10 repetitions here. Lift yourself up. Stretch back into child's pose. Well done. You have worked hard. We've worked lots of muscles in the body. You're going to feel super strong after doing this routine. Please take a look at one of my stretching videos. You can find that video just here. Please like and subscribe for more of my content, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.